This brings me to the fourth therapist. The experience with this therapist was a tiresome one, not due to the therapist, but because I felt obliged to share the major points with him immediately. I learned more about therapy by going there practically instead of reading more about it and learning about confidentiality, boundaries, and how soon is too soon to disclose information about yourself. I learned all this in a very hard way indeed. The sessions with this therapist rarely lasted a month, and I had to go to this one only because I was in a very critical situation. I was a potential danger to myself at that point. I had very dark thoughts and that were triggered due to an identity crisis, university stress, and medication non-compliance. However, what I found good about this therapist was that after I decided to reveal to him that I prefer being with a woman therapist, he said no problem and keep in touch if ever you need to, like anything, I'm still there for you, and that was really nice of him. Then there was a point where I decided to give BetterHelp another try because I was so desperate for help and for something working out. This therapy also lasted less than a month. I found the therapist would call me 15 minutes ahead of our appointment time to get done with me and possibly have more clients in the day. I had to once again explain my whole situation to the therapist, which was honestly exhausting beyond measure at this point. On top of that, I didn't even have the energy or the will to set a boundary and point out he was calling ahead of time. I decided to leave cold turkey because it was online and because I could. The only good thing from this experience was the head and body tapping exercises I learned. He guided me towards in every session to activate my parasympathetic nervous system, which is the one in the rest mode. This leads me to my last and current therapist. I found her through my university counseling service. These sessions were free as long as I was enrolled in the university last year. This time, when I went to therapy, I was armed with all the previous experience, knowing really well all the therapy types that weren't working for me, or most of all the therapy types that weren't working for me. I met her and I didn't feel the need to divulge anything. Instead, I was quite inquisitive at that point and asked her the method she used. What was the possibility of it working and all? She told me she practices lifespan integration therapy. Lifespan integration is a gentle body-based therapeutic method which heals without re-traumatizing. In 2003, Peggy Pace published the first edition of her book, Lifespan Integration, Connecting Ego States Through Time. In her book, Pace describes the new therapeutic method which she originally developed to heal adult survivors of childhood abuse or neglect. Pace soon found that allied therapy facilitates rapid healing in people of all ages and is effective with a wide range of therapeutic issues. This got me curious as I hadn't heard of it before, and I asked her more about how it is done. I got done with university eventually and I decided to go to the same therapist's private practice as it was working quite well for me. In this type of therapy, the therapist goes through a chronological timeline of memories with you. Normally one significant memory for each month or 2 months for 1 year or multiple years depending on the time frame you're working towards. You close your eyes as the therapist safely walks you down these memories. These memories can either be sad ones or happy ones, depending on which is stronger one. The objective and result of this is to land your traumatic memories back into the part of your brain that stores past memories and not have them float around your brain and trigger you anytime. As a result of this, you start viewing your past traumatic experiences from a distance and not inside the body of the past self in which the trauma was occurring. The sessions always end towards a present memory in the present day, which serves to ground you in the present moment and give a timeline to all those memories. In addition, once these sessions keep repeating, you find more memories popping up in between the ones the therapist is citing, causing you to give a timeline and time frame to all the memories and reassuring you that they're in the past and it can't hurt you anymore. So, this was my experience with therapy all in all. I have also heard of EMDR therapy, eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, but I haven't tried it and I don't think I need to as of yet, as LI works for me quite well. And I have found it to be the least traumatizing and softest of all. Have you tried therapy? If so, which one? Have you found something that works for you? Are you curious about lifespan integration therapy? I have linked an article that gives more information about it in the description. See you in my next video. Bye bye.